Let's see, there we go. Hi, you guys. My name is Crispina French, and I am a textile upcycling alchemist, entrepreneur, activist, coach, and I had another word, and I can't remember what it was. It was awesome, but I'll think of it and I'll say it next time. Today, I wanted to share with you a little bit about a couple things. One is that if you have just discovered me recently, you might have not realized that I actually started this whole textile upcycling journey as a maker. I started a business in 1987. I was a college student at Mass Art in Boston, and I was working my way through school, and I just didn't realize that what I was doing was I was actually starting a business. So part of what I started that business for was because I thought at the age of 18 that I was going to change the world, and I was going to, teach people how to see the value in the things that we toss away, like thrift store clothing specifically. And over the years, I ran a production company for 22 years, started it in college, and then it ran until 2008 when I changed it up a little bit. But um, so one of the things I realized during that stint, that 22-year stint, that I was never going to be able to address the entire global textile waste issue on my own with my production company. So what I decided to do is to teach and to encourage and to show the way to creating a really truly sustainable textile upcycling business, so that people can thrive in a way while their communities and our home planet Earth is also thriving. So I wrote a teaching book called The Sweater Chop Shop, that was published in 2009 by Story Publishing. And I've been actually working on a second book, but it's a little bit on the back burner right now. But anyway, I also founded a community here online called Stitcherhood, which is for people who are interested in textile upcycling, whether they're hobbyists, entrepreneurs, or industry professionals, or anybody in between. Like, everybody's welcome to Stitcherhood. And Stitcherhood's been going on for about a year, a little bit more than a year. And is anybody who's listening right now out there, are you guys members of Stitcherhood? Have you guys checked that out at all? No pressure, but I love to shout out to people who are watching or listening. And let me know, actually, while we're talking about you guys, which I actually prefer to do. I'm talking about me all the time, but where are you located? And did you just stumble across this live stream on your social media, or did you plan to join today at 11 o'clock every Tuesday? We have these live sessions, and we're always focused on textile upcycling in some cool way where you can learn or be inspired or share your thoughts and ideas about how you might be a textile upcycler too. And speaking of which, let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know if this is your first time here, if you've been here before, or if you plan on coming here in advance. And also, while you're letting me know stuff, if you have a business and you're a textile upcycler, just pop your URL right in the comments, because I feel like the more we support each other, the better off we all will be. So don't be shy, or even if you have a friend, and Melissa's with us. Hey, Melissa Draper, my girlfriend from out in Utah. Thank you so much. You are such a wonderful support to so many people, myself included. I so appreciate you. So today I just wanted to show you a couple things. I was talking about Stitcherhood, and we're adding a tier to Stitcherhood. So we have our kind of entry level place. It's called the Curious Membership, and that is a $10 a month membership. We have a free trial period, so you can kind of check it out. We are people. We're not going to take your credit card information and run away and never let you unsubscribe if that's what you'd like to do. Although people don't seem to unsubscribe that often. We have a really great community growing in Stitcherhood. So there's curious. And then we have our collaborators. And collaborators is kind of like, it's like a middle tier now. We just added a new tier. So collaborators is an hour live session with me and a guest each week. We talk about a lot of business stuff. We talk about inspiration. We talk about people, all, different businesses all over the world that are focused on conserving textiles and using them thoughtfully. So the thing that really, really blows my skirt up, as I like to say, is really supporting entrepreneurs and encouraging them to develop truly sustainable businesses. And if you're like me, you get a little tired of the sustainability chat, right? Like sustainability, like really honestly, let me just tell you, the only people who are actually really sustainable are those who live in like the Amazon rainforest and have never been exposed to our craziness, our culture of excessive consumption and throwing things away. So the way that I see sustainable when I'm using it in this particular case is a business is only sustainable if you are supporting yourself in a way that makes you want to continue to do your business, right? So I worked for many years, and one of the reasons why I changed my path in 2008 is because I was working my butt off. And I really wasn't making it financially. I was struggling. I realized during that time that I was actually eligible for food stamps, and I had 40 employees. And that is no way to live a life or to run a business or to be a role model for the people around me. So at that moment, a switch went off in my head, and I thought, you know what? I have to figure this out in a way that supports me better. Because when it supports me better, then I'm able to really want to focus in and encourage others to do the same. So since 2008, I've been making it my business to really create that sustainability element in my business. And I love to share what I learn with others, because you don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? You don't have to always be the one who's trying to figure out how to make this business work. And there's so many things about textile upcycling as a business that are just different than any other type of business. So I have introduced a new level to Stitcherhood. It's called the Alchemists tier. It's so the collaborators tier is the Curious is $10 a month, Collaborators is $49 monthly, and the Stitcherhood Alchemists is $97 a month. And for that, it's an application or invitation only. So it's for people who are really interested in moving the needle in their business and who are going to really spend the time it takes to really invest in themselves and in their business to make that actually come about, so that they can actually live that life that they dream about, live the life of, having a retirement fund and having health insurance and having things that are, for me, were kind of elusive for a long part of my career. So I would love, if you're interested, to send me a message. You can DM me right in whatever platform you're in, or you can post in the comments if that's easier. I'm happy to respond to any of you and forward on that application to join the Alchemists of Stitcherhood. We are going to get officially started with our first cohort on September 1st, but you can join before then, and there's plenty of activities and just really kind of enthusiastic, uplifting positivity that we're sharing before our structured content kicks off on the 1st of September. So the Alchemists group has 2 weekly meetings. I'm in Massachusetts, so I'm in the Eastern, New York City time zone. So Mondays from 10:30 to 12:30, we have a 2-hour work block. It's not recorded. It's not instructional. It is simply time to sit down together on a Zoom with, computers muted, and really focus in on the task that you have established as being your priority. And then on Thursday mornings at 11 Eastern time for an hour. We will have an instructional brainstorming, workshopping session where we will work our way through the 12 kind of foundational components of any successful textile upcycling business. So we'll start off with our big why, and it really get in and introspection and really think about why we do what we do. Why is it so important to us to share our sacred gifts as textile upcyclers? And that will set you on a path to really soar, right? To like get into that thermal and just catch the wave of success. So, and that is my whole goal with the Alchemist, the introduction to the Stitcherhood Alchemist. So if you're interested, leave me a message, pop us a comment in the comments of whatever platform you're participating on right now. We are live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So thank you everybody for joining me. It's such a pleasure to spend this time with you. Now, one of the reasons why I think it's so important to have this, the Alchemist group available, is because I love to make things, and I'm actually a maker, and I'm at my sewing machine right now. This is my kind of workhorse sewing machine. It's a Kanso. It's a Japanese built Kanso sewing machine. It's an industrial, and it has this super wide zigzag stitch. So you can see I put the squares together with this machine, and the way the squares look before they're stitched together is there's a heart cut out of the square, and there's another heart from a different square that gets placed just inside of it. So they just get stitched edge to edge, and that is done with the zigzag machine. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to turn this on. The camera might do a little vibrating, you guys, because this machine is kind of loud, and I'll just kind of, I wish actually you can't really see me do this, kind of. You really can't. So actually, I think I'm going to skip it because I think it would be actually quite maybe disturbing for the camera. But actually, well, I guess next time I'll try to set it up in a way where you can like look down on my workspace. And I have actually a brand new camera that I'll try to figure out how to use between now and next week's session. So I'm going to toss it out to you guys. So good morning from Australia to Bajari. How long does a cohort run? So it's an ongoing thing. So you can stay as long as you want, but we run through all the 12 foundations. We spend 2 weeks on each of those components. So it's a 26-week course. There's actually 12 components, and there's a couple holidays in there and a couple weeks where we'll still have meetings around the holidays, but we will allow for time to just like not have to focus on work as much. So it's a 26-week, 6-month cohort, and depending upon demand, it's a limited. There's a limited number of spots available. I want to keep it small and quite intimate. So if you're interested, if you are a Stitcherhood member, I did post the application in our activities feed. I think that was on Sunday, if I remember. And if you need it sent directly, so you don't have to scroll around looking for it, just holler. That's totally fine. Hey, Jeff and Judy. I'm sorry, Jody. Jody, you're a member of our Stitcherhood. It's such a pleasure to have you there. I'm really excited to learn more about you and what you do. And anybody who's interested in learning more about what Jody and her hubby Jeff do, check the link out. She posted on our Facebook. Really cool stuff. All textile upcycled, total kindred spirit. Thanks for showing up today, Jody. It's nice to see you. And I just want to scroll back and see, does anybody have any questions about the, just stumbled on in from Arkansas, Bets Whimsy. Hey, Bets, recently moved from Colorado to Arkansas. Wow, that's kind of, I've never been to Arkansas. That sounds like a really beautiful spot. I've seen pictures of those Ozark Mountains. That's a place I would like to get to. Oh, wow. I see Highland Secrets. I see, oh, there's tons of people. You guys are amazing. Thanks for all the waves. So And from Australia, I'm so excited that you're here. Thanks for tuning in. I think it's like 12 hours ahead. So it's like, I don't know, is it the middle of the night in Australia right now? Um, so welcome. Thank you. I try to make our meetings when I do, 11 a.m. is supposed to be a good time for most time zones to be able to join in. So it's not, 3 a.m., but maybe it's midnight where you are. I'm not sure. At any rate, um, yeah, Stitcherhood Alchemists. It's kicking off September 1st. It's for folks who are just really super interested in focusing on moving the needle in their textile upcycling business and finding that success that will allow for them to live their ideal life while working their ideal job. I mean, what could be better than that? And I feel like I'm a little bit of a brat because kind of done that my whole life. Carrie's with us. Hey, Carrie. And Carrie's actually one of our alchemists. I'm so excited to kick things off with you, Carrie. I was just sharing about, I don't know if you just joined or if you just popped a comment, but yes, textile alchemists are those who take what some people think is trash and turn it into things that of beauty and value. So, and it is 1 a.m. in Australia. How crazy. Thank you for staying up late and hanging out with us. Bajari, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but welcome. Glad you're here. And yeah, Carrie actually, Carrie, post a link to your website in the comments if you have a second, if you're still with us. She also is a kindred spirit with a textile upcycling business. Super cool stuff, and I don't want to say it wrong, so I'm going to wait for her to post that up there, but I think it's sowsear.com. Really cute stuff, really like beautiful wearables, and she's ready to take it up a notch and to really market her stuff online a little better, so I'm excited to help you with that, Carrie. Sowsearart.com. There it is. So there's some really cool stuff to check out in the feed today, you guys. If you're on Facebook, a couple nice links to just tie you into more of our community in Stitcherhood. Jeff and Jody and Carrie and Melissa are all members with us today. It would be wonderful to welcome you there as well. Although, you know what? It's for people who are really into textile upcycling, and if that's something that would just add stress, it's really not for everyone, and it's for people who are really going to find value and not have it be just one more thing to have to get to, right? So yeah, that's important. That's a really important piece of having that sustainable business, is you always want to make sure that it's manageable and it's not taking you away from all the other things you enjoy in life. So if you've been around a bit, you might know that I really like to keep these Tuesday morning sessions to just 20 minutes. And I'd love to just ask if anybody has any questions that they'd like answered about the Stitcherhood Alchemists. If you have just joined, it's a new addition we're adding to the online community called Stitcherhood. I am going to actually see if I can add a link in the comments here to direct you to the Stitcherhood in general. You do need to, sorry, typing and talking is not my strong suit. The Stitcherhood Alchemists group is a small group, and it's limited. It's a limited size group. So it is by application or invitation only. It's for people who are really interested in moving the needle in their textile upcycling business. It's a 26-week, 6-month cohort. So, but if you want to stay in there, it's like we'll just repeat them. And honestly, like these foundations, these components that I've put together, they start with your big why, they end with your zone of genius. We talk about back office, we talk about marketing, we talk about product development, material acquisition, all those things. We spend 2 weeks focused on each one of those components. And I do this stuff all the time. I cycle through those components still to this day. I've been doing this for over 30 years. So if you're interested, if it's really helping you, you can stay in as long as you like, but you will complete the cycle within a 6-month period. It's a $97 a month membership, and it gives you access to the whole, all of the collaborator content, all of the curious content, as well as special content that is very structured and really reserved for those in the Alchemist group. So that is my spiel for the Alchemists group in Stitcherhood. And I see Donna Lynn Shaw from Santa Barbara. Hey girl, how's it going? So nice to have you with us. And let's see, Bajari likes to dye, eco print and natural dye. That's cool. Awesome. Well, you guys, thanks so much for joining today. I look forward to seeing you every week on Tuesday, right here at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for just about 20 minutes of creative textile upcycling inspo. And I'll see you next week. I'll have a couple blankets to show you. All right, take it easy. Have a great week, everybody.